Africa has the resources to be self-sufficient, to modernize our countries, to industrialize our countries, to mechanize our countries. All what is needed is cooperation, integration, and the sharing of experiences and our resources.
Countries that have been pursuing quite a lot of investment projects, infrastructure investment, health, education, quite a lot, borrowing to invest in these areas.
Hello one, hello all, greetings everyone. It's my hope that you're okay. Today I would like to focus on the issue concerning about the effect of any transition in the continent of Africa, how it is going to put Africa into the trap of debits. If not that, it is going to put Africa into more dependence than today. Why I think so? Because I remember 5 years ago, many African countries went to China and took loan for industrialization and infrastructure building, and we have seen many infrastructures have been, some have been improved. We see bridges have been built. And later on, the last pandemic came, affecting our economy, affecting our lives. To move out from those distractions, we have seen the World Bank and IMF providing loan to African countries to recover the economy. We have loans from China. We have taken loan from World Bank and IMF to recover our economy from pandemic. And recently the world has been changing from fossil energy to renewable energy. Africa, many of our source of energy is fossil energy. Many of our countries, we use fossil energy. Now we need to move from fossil energy to a green energy. So we need another fund for this transition. It means we are going back to take loan, maybe to China or to America or someone else, or we are going back to the same institutions like World Bank and the IMF to take the loans to fund the project of energy transition. But remember, the normal life is still there. For instance, the governments in the African countries, they need to pay salaries for servants. They need to fund projects like education, health cares. All these, it requires money. Where is Africa is going to get this money? You have loans from China, you didn't pay it. You have loans from IMF and World Bank, you didn't pay it. And still, there are some countries who till today they are paying interest. And now you want to move out of fossil energy to renewable energy. You need fund. And you can't develop without energy. And the world, they are saying, no, let us move to renewable energy. Go somewhere and get fund. If you didn't do so, it means they are not going to support you. Yes, we are accepting, let us move, but we don't have fund. We are going to allow some private companies to come and invest in energy. If they come and invest in energy, they will take the control of your energy. They have fund, they have power, they will come and invest, but they will control those sources of energy. It means Africa, we have nothing. We are not controlling our energy. If you are not controlling your energy, it means you are not controlling your industries. You have industries, but you don't have enough energy. Someone is providing you energy. And at this time when we have seen, for instance, these conditions, maybe your election is not fair and good, so do this and this. We have seen many directives from outside. We have seen many instructions from outside to African countries. Maybe your government is violating human rights, so don't do this. And just imagine you are violating human rights and someone saying that I'm going to cut down electric, or I'm going to stop producing energy in your country because you are violating human rights. Just imagine what will happen. It means this is going to control Africa. It's going to control Africa because this is another tactic or technique that is going to undermine the development of Africa. And recently we see that the continent of Africa is under the process of industrialization. We are talking about adding value to our resources, but we don't have energy. So it means to take another time, maybe 10 to 20 years to 30 years for Africa to be full processing their products. Otherwise, we are going to continue selling out our product. If you sell out your product, you are selling jobs, you are providing if you sell out jobs, it means you are creating conflict, because many of our young men and women, we have no job, so we're still moving around in the streets, and sometimes they will blame the government, and if they start blaming the government, they are going to maybe to protest and sometimes to create conflicts, and if we are not careful, we'll go into civil war, because people have no jobs. You have exported jobs by exporting your raw materials instead of adding value here and processing goods here. I mean, producing goods here and sell the final products. So all of this process, it require manpower, but if you export your product, I mean your raw material, or your product as raw material, it means you're exporting jobs. 20, 30 years to come, maybe Africa will not tease. Just was my thinking. I'm just thinking like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just thinking in that way, that if we are not careful, this energy transition is going to put Africa into the trap of debt and being controlled by the Western and other big nations. What we need is to move slowly. The Europeans and China, Russians and Americans, they have already industrialized their countries. They have no shortage of industries. They process their goods. It's only Africa where we didn't doing enough industrialization. So we need also Africa to become more industrialized, but we need energy. Where we are going to get energy? You have already discovered oil, but the world is saying no, this oil must not be exported for you to get money to invest in industrialization. So it means you remain backward, and you do nothing. At the end of the day, you become poor and poorer. So all of these are just precaution on how we as Africans, we can think on how we can invest in energy transition. At the same time, we do industrialization. At the same time, we support our normal life, like public services, healthcare, infrastructures, funding, and so on. Yeah, that was my opinion. Thank you.